Just use Frankie first. So, looking to deal, down here, bro. We're looking to deal with the stack. So last time we looked at how to hit the arm bar from the guard, okay? So it's the same setup. Left hand control the wrist, right makes that cross grip, lift my hips, start to get his elbow across the center line, but which breaks his posture is the pulling of my knees. Then I make the single necktie, foot comes on the hip, and then I start climbing with the right leg to get into the top lock. That hand grabs the armpit, and I use that to turn the corner, and now we're into the armbar. Okay, probably the main thing people's gonna do from here is, Frankie just starts to bring my knees towards my head. He's driving into me with the stack. So watch from here. Rather than putting a lot of pressure on my back, and his arms are split at this stage, we will do something slightly different if he actually gets hand to hand. My right hand just comes in at the back of his knee here. And all I do is I'm moving underneath him. Right? He stays where he is. I'm just inverting underneath, and I kind of come out at this angle here. It's called a belly down Achilles, and now from there I make sure the thumb is facing away from me, and now I can hip in, and I have the same arm bar, but I've just changed the angle, if that makes sense. Just here, bro. So from our position we make the grips, I lift my hips, I pull it across. What actually breaks Frankie's posture is the pulling of my knees into the single necktie. Foot comes on the hip, I use that to climb, and then I jump into the top lock position. That same hand grabs the armpit, and I use that to turn the corner. We're into the arm bar. Again, a reaction is he starts to stack. So my left hand controls, my right comes through, and all I'm going to do is I spin underneath Frankie, and we end up in this position. He hasn't moved, I've moved under him. So now we're in this belly down kind of armbar position. I get the thumb facing away from me, and now I just straighten. So all I'm really doing is the same armbar, we just change the angle. I will use Dane so you can see, bro. Again, a useful skill to have in your game, just there. We don't want to take the risk of hurting our back anytime we try to finish the juji from the guard. So I make the grip, this one comes over, I lift my hips, I start to pull this across the center line. Pulling with my knees breaks his posture. We talked about the 45 inside. I make the single necktie, foot comes on the hip, and then I start climbing with the leg to get into the top lock position. This hand reaches across, grabs the armpit. That's what gives me the angle. The minute he starts to stack, very still there, I have two hands here. I keep the grip of my left, and my right spins underneath. And all I'm doing is spinning underneath into here. So I'm coming into this belly down Achilles position. And now I grab the thumb, make sure it's facing away from me, and now I just hip in. So now I can't get stacked. But it's the same arm bar, we just changed the angle. So you're there now. Perfect. So again, same setup as last time. I pin the wrist, grab this, lift my hips, start to pull it across the center line, pull with my knees, get the single necktie. Foot comes in the hip, start climbing into the top lock. The single necktie hand grabs the armpit. That's what gives me the angle. Again, I'm starting to lift the hips, but he starts to bring my knees and he's crushing me. So rather than putting a lot of strain on my back, my right hand comes through and I just cut the angle and spin underneath him. Okay? Now I'm on my left side. I make a grip to make sure his thumb is facing away from me, his elbows facing towards my belly. I stretch my two legs out and hip in. Now we have that same arm bar, but I can't get stacked. Okay, let's drill that one.